What is going on, everyone? Tenha here. We're gonna be talking about Yelan today. For those of you guys who's wondering where you can get your advice for Genshin Impact or you want to hang out with me, you can find me at twitch.tv/Tenha. And also, let me know in the comment section if you want me to stream on YouTube. I need to see the demand, If you would rather hang out on YouTube more than Twitch. I mean, Twitch is really nice too. Well, I really like that chill vibe where we would be communicating with emotes and stuff. So keep that in mind, guys. And make sure if you find this video helpful to you, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that I get more interactions on the video so that I will get bigger and maybe I can do more giveaways. I hope to see you guys there. Alright, so here is my Yelan. I built her the way I think she should be great. 86% crit rate with 250% critical damage. We have 151 energy recharge. We have 46% hydro damage bonus. This is how you'll be building your Yelan if you want Yelan to do damage. So, one thing I would like to point out is that her ascension stats is critical rate. Just kind of like D-Luke. That's why I think Yelan is great to start with. I always love when characters get critical rate or critical damage as their ascension stats because it makes them easier for us to build them, right? And here is Aqua Simulacra. This is her signature weapon and it gives you critical damage. 88.2%. Nice. 542 base attack. It's okay. And this gives you HP 16%. And then also, when there are opponents nearby, the damage dealt by the wielder of this weapon is increased by 20%. I can tell you that besides this HP bonus, this bow is going to be okay for other characters as well. Just kind of like Skyward Heart. Here is the artifacts that I'm using. I'm using 4-piece emblem set. You would want to go for emblem set if you want your Yelan to do damage. By any chance, if you don't have her signature weapon, if you don't do enough damage with her, no matter what, if that is the case, I would say that you can go for 4-piece noblesse so that you can actually use her as a support. We are going to talk about constellations later in the video, so stay tuned. And for the talents, I always keep my talent levels at 6. Do you know why? Because if your F2P is small spender, unless you choose your main character, you kind of want to keep their talent levels at 6. Or else, you would probably use a lot of Mora. And then, if by any chance, if that character is not really good for you in terms of playstyle or in terms of like team building, then you would probably leave that character out until you find your next favorite character. So 666 is going to be our base level. And of course, I'll be showcasing level 10s, the Triple Crown Yelan as well. So keep that in mind, guys. Do not skip, because if you skip this video, I would not be able to pay off my electricity bills. So please, thank you. Alright, let's take a look at our normal attacks. Normal attacks performs up to 4 consecutive shots with the bow. It doesn't really matter, okay? Here's a charge attack. Performs a more precise aim shot with increased damage. While aiming, flowing water will accumulate on the arrowhead. A fully charged torrent... it's a very long way of saying, hey, if you do charge attack, you'll be doing your elemental damage. But there is something called breakthrough. After spending 5 seconds out of combat, which will cause her next charge aim shot to have 80% decreased charge time, and once charged, she can fire a breakthrough barb that will deal AoE hydro damage based on Yelan's max HP. This is what we need to pay attention to. And at level 6, our AoE hydro damage is gonna be 16.21% max HP. And if you want to maximize this damage, you would probably want to go for HP percentage Sands. And here is our E skill. So there's a tap version and a hold version. Whether if you tap or hold, your cooldown is going to be 10 seconds. But if you do hold, you'll be able to run around like you're using Sayu E. And then, here is the catch. Additionally, each opponent marked by the lifeline, when it explodes, grants Yelan 34% chance to reset her breakthrough state. But also at the same time, you can see that the skill damage is based on max HP. So her ascension stats critical rate is actually super nice. Here is her Q. Our question is, can her Q provide enough hydro application so that you can use Pyro DPS as her pair? Skill damage is also based on her max HP. And the energy cost 70. Keep that in mind. And then we're gonna go ahead and find out how she will do in normal battles. We should probably figure out if we should be adding one more hydro character besides Yelan so that we can keep her Q going. So duration is 15 seconds and cooldown is 18 seconds. So that is, I would say 18 seconds is okay for 70 energy cost. And here is her passive. When the party has 1, 2, 3, 4 elemental types, Yelan's max HP is increased by 6%, 12%, 18%, and 30%. and then the next one. So as long as her Q is in play, your own active character deals 1% more damage. This increases by a further 3.5% damage every second. The maximum increase to damage dealt is 50%. That is like 14 seconds. You can keep one character out in the field for 14 seconds, and that is going to be the maximum damage you can get, right? So I would say that Yelan is not going to be so great, although she would be nice, but you know, so great to be in a national team with Xiangling, because Xiangling Q gets snapshot, whereas this passive will not get snapshot. You want to have that character out in the field to do more damage, right? So we will see how it goes with other Pyro DPS like Diluc or Hu Tao. I would like to go for Diluc because, well, you know, if it works with Diluc, then it would probably work really well with Hu Tao as well. So where should we test out Yelan? I know a great place. There's a Spirit Abyss, floor 12, first chamber, first half. That is so annoying, right? Because the monsters always get inflicted by Pyro, you know? So we will want to put some water on them, okay? So that they can chill. Okay, so I'm gonna put Yelan here, Diluc, Bennett, and Kazuha. Let's see how our damage turns out to be. There is a element of damage bonus, 20%. First, we want to tie them up with strings, right? Can I get there? Oh, 26k damage, not bad, not bad. One thing I was worried about was that when I'm using E with Yelan, as soon as I touch them, I was hoping that it wouldn't apply Hydro, because there will be like no damage, right? So here we go. Again, no Hydro aura. And as soon as I let that go, there's gonna be Hydro application. So we can use this now. Oh, yes. Alright, looking good. Now let's use our buff. Okay, here we go. You can see that the Hydro mark is staying on this Tenha as we use Diluc. So for Diluc, Yelan seems like a very good pair. But what I'm worried about is that if there is one more extra Pyro application, for example, if I swirl off Pyro with Kazuha Q, then it might not be the best pair for Diluc. So I would say that Diluc Bennett, Yelan, plus Alpha is going to be a very good thing. We can possibly add another shielder, Zhongli, but I don't think that's going to be good. So to make sure that we would always want to get that Vaporize, I can see that if you would probably want to use Xingqiu. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but if I can't utilize Kazuha so much, I would like to do Yelan and Xingqiu instead. And then I was thinking, instead of going for Tenha, why don't we go ahead and pay a visit to our Manasori? And also, instead of using Diluc, so why not Hu Tao? Hu Tao charge attack leaves Pyro Mark all the time. There is no ICD for that. That is why she's really great. And also, that is why I think Yelan is not good enough for us to keep that Hydro Mark on the enemy. So let me first use Hu Tao without using Xingqiu. We can see if that's going to be okay or not. And then if that doesn't work out really well, then we would add Xingqiu to the party. And make sure you change your time to midnight so that your Masanori is going to be tankier. Okay, if you have too much damage like me, then you would always want to change your clock to midnight. Hu Tao with Yelan ult only. I can see that the second charge attack didn't vaporize. Alright. And this one is with Yelan and Xingqiu as well. I'm vaporizing every time, unless I missed, but that was almost every time. If this is the case, I would say that Yelan and Xingqiu is definitely a good pair for Hu Tao. For Diluc, one Yelan is okay. So in this case, this is not biased, but I would say that Diluc is better for the team. But at the same time, if you were to think about it, why would you need to put something else other than Xingqiu? And guys, I would like to highlight this, and this is something very important. You know, when it comes to the look of the character, you probably have noticed something. And you'd probably think that Yelan has this shiny bracelet, and this is not for decoration. This means that your charge attack is ready. So, you know, I was kind of playing around with Yelan, and I was like, Wait, how do you know if this breakthrough is ready? But I was able to find out that this bracelet was actually the indicator of that. So it's shiny. When it's not shiny, you have to wait like 3 seconds to do a charge attack. Look at that! Look at that! This is really, really hot! This is one of the reasons why I thought Yelan is actually great. Before Yelan, Ayaka is the one with the Apple Watch, the original Apple Watch. Look at this. This is only shiny because her charge attack is ready. Now look at that. The Apple Watch is gone. But now we have that for free on Yelan. And let's talk about our weapons. If by any chance you can't get this weapon, what would you need? So, let's talk about 5 stars first. I would say that if by any chance you don't want to use Child anymore, you could probably use Polar Star as well. It gives you critical rate. It'll be a little janky for you to get the full stacks for your Polar Star, but it is still going to be functional for Yelan. LG for the end. This is if you want to use her as a support. And if by any chance you have a LG lying around in your storage, and you can use this. You will not be getting a full stack just by using E. Hold E even. Because there's a 0.2 seconds time limit on how many stacks you can get per once. However, when you're using your Q, you can be off-field and still trigger this effect. So I would say that LG for the end is very good. Not for Yelan, but it will be good for her party members because she does not have anything to do with attack bonus, right? Like her damage is basically based off of her max HP. Skyward Harp, it's a universal bow. You can use whenever, you can use to whomever. And because it has something to do with critical damage, it is always good for you to use Skyward Harp. Let's move on to the 4-star weapons. And assuming that you're not using your 5-star weapons, I can probably tell you that you're not going to be doing too much of a damage. However, if that is the case, why not give her something like Favonius Warbow? You can also use Sacrificial Bow if you'd like. But I would say that the only thing that makes sense in my mind is probably Favonius Warbow. If by any chance you want to use Stringless, I would say that's also a good thing. But I would say that Favonius Warbow has a great value since it gives her energy recharge. It would allow you, small spenders or F2Ps, to go for HP percentage sands. And also at the same time, have that energy charge compensated by using one weapon. And if by any chance you get the refinement rank 5, then this is probably going to guarantee you that you'll be getting a particle back all the time, because when you're using Hold D, you're going to be using it to multiple enemies. And guys, thank you so much for watching until this part of the video. I'll give you something in return. I will show you how much stronger she gets if we do by any chance crown her abilities. Before we do that, I would probably have to show you how much damage I do with my E, charge attack, and Q, right? So, here we go. My E damage, 25k. 11k initial hit. 7.4k. 7.5. It's going to gradually go up because of our passive, where when her Q is active, your damage that your character do gets increased up until 50%, right? So, should have gone to maybe 9k around. That is a 12.9k. I can see that this itself is really, really good. She is a very good support, I would say. I'm sorry to say this, but almost as good as Xingqiu in a different way. It would be necessary for us to find out how much damage we will be looking at if we have the C0 Yelan with 4-star weapon, right? We're going to be using Favonius Warbow. And then take a look at her damage. Here we go. Her E damage. We're looking at 15k, which is looking very nice. Oh my god, okay, this is totally unexpected. Maybe because the talent level is too low? Alright guys, I think we found a winner. We need to pull for Yelan. So remember that number guys. We are going to level up her talents. Level 7. Level 8. Level 9, and a crown. So that's overall 33% damage increase. And for her Q. Alrighty. And from 16.21% max HP to 28.84% max HP. I'm a little nervous. We are gonna have to go to the Spirit Abyss and see how much stronger she got. Okay, now we are using her signature weapon. Her E damage, we're looking at 32k. That is absolutely crazy. 14k initial hit, that's like a 30% increase. 11k. Okay, so that was probably the max. 11.4k. And that is a 14k charge attack. Here we go. That is 19k damage. Okay, now I'm looking at 10k charge attack. And guys, this is not the end of the video. We're gonna be doing a showcase for C6 Yelan as well as her R5 weapon. So, as we all can see, now we can talk about Constellation. Her C1, Lingering Lifeline, gains 1 additional charge. One thing I can see is that she can dash twice. Well, first of all, she's gonna be a very good substitute for Sayu. Even with 1 charge, she can run away without using her stamina. As you can see, none of the stamina bar is getting used. As soon as I started running, you can see my stamina going down. But when I'm entering this E state, I'm not using it. I'm actually gaining stamina. So this is probably going to be really good for you. And moreover, by using tap E or hold E, you'll be getting 3 to 4 orbs. So this Constellation probably means that she is going to get her orbs a little bit more. You get times 2 of that. You probably don't have to stack energy recharge for Yelan. There you go. So now you have 2 charge. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, anyways. That's not supposed to happen. Moving on to Constellation 2. When Exquisite Throw conducts a coordinated attack, which means when her Q is ongoing, it will fire an additional water arrow that will deal 14% of Yelan's max HP as hydro damage. This effect can trigger once every 1.8 seconds. That is kinda like C6 Xingqiu, except you shoot 1 more. So, let's take a look at the damage. I would like to know that. We're gonna be using her specialty bow. Okay, now let's take a look at C2 effect. Let's use Q. I really want to know if that C2 effect also gets increased by her passive. 15k? 17k. So her C2 effect also gets increased by her passive. You know, I would have been mad if the C2 effect didn't get affected by her passive, and we can make sure that it works. So, here it is. Extra level. Now her Q does 10.35% max HP each hit. And C4, it increases all party members' max HP by 10% for 25 seconds for every opponent marked by lifeline when the lifeline explodes. A maximum increase of 40% max HP can be attained this manner. What? What is this? So you can increase max HP by 40%? Does this mean that Yelan is built for Hu Tao or something? What? What? Not only that, but also, if you use Yelan with Zhongli's shield will get thicker. That means you can actually build him with a burst support build and then use Yelan so that you can have a thick shield. This is actually pretty awesome. And yes, you can also use Thoma, but Thoma is not good at all right now, so we don't have to worry about Thoma. Anyways, let's take a look at this. This is gonna be amazing. I would also like to see the damage difference after I use her C4. I'm assuming this effect will happen after we do the damage, right? I'm gonna put Zhongli just for the lols. Okay, right now we are looking at Yelan. And 31k. 31k right now. I don't know why my HP just kind of switched. Now we have 48.9k HP on Zhongli. Okay, let's use E. Tie everyone up. 31.5 to 37k. And 54k for Zhongli. And then, let's do this one more time. Okay, we have to do this quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 39k. And then, 39k. Wait! What? What? This happens as soon as I tie them up? Huh? The damage calculation happens after I get this C4 increase. This is actually good. Well, I would say broken. Okay, wow. This is actually good. C4 actually worth it. I'm sorry, I don't want to say it's worth it because none of this Constellation is actually worth your money. It's too expensive. However, C4, there are some dumb constellations that Genshin Impact has made. For example, Xiao C4. Look at this shit. When Chao's HP falls below 50%, he gains 100% defense bonus. Mihoyo. Anyways, C5. Increase the level of lingering lifeline by 3. Yes, I would say yes to that all the time. Her E has 48.1% max HP. And just for the lows, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the damage inside? I'm a little worried. Tie everyone up. That's 4. Wait, what? Did I tie one less? 45k. And then now, guys, our last constellation, C6. After using Death Clarion dice, Yelan will enter the Mastermind state. This is after you use your Q. In this state, all of Yelan's normal attacks will be special breakthrough barbs, which means that her normal attacks will be doing like a charge attack. It is like Ganyu C6, but I would say this is on steroid. These breakthrough barbs will have similar abilities to normal ones, and the damage dealt will be considered charge attack damage, dealing 156% of a normal breakthrough barb's damage. The Mastermind state lasts 20 seconds and will be cleared after Yelan fires 5 arrows. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this. Okay, one thing about her charge attack. The breakthrough doesn't do a lot of damage, but when your attack is considered as a charge attack, then there is no ICD. We can probably see that happening against the Lecter, especially the Pyro one, right? I will show you that in a second. But before we move on, let's just kind of take a look at how it actually works. So after you use your Q, you can do 5 attacks of Hydro AoE damage. So I'm nervous if it's not going to be so good. Okay. Okay, there's that. Use Q. And then... What the f is this? What the... What? What? Okay. She is not a support anymore. She is a whole DPS. Use E again. Tie them up. Oh my god, look at this damage. Holy crap. She can solo this whole thing. She can just solo everything. Okay, I don't think we need to show you how her thingy works against the Pyrolector, but we'll do it anyways, okay? Their HP down to 0%, and then we can take a look at how her charge attack is going to affect this. I'm gonna wait until this thing wears out. Actually, no. Did you guys see that? Momentarily, I did a burst to their Pyro shield. And her E has no ICD as well, so when you get her Constellation, it's going to lower the difficulty of Genshin Impact quite a lot. Okay, that's like easy mode right there. And then the grand final for this video. We are going to make this weapon to R5 and see how much damage she's going to be doing. So right now with this weapon, we are at 32.4k to be exact. Okay. And we're gonna refine this weapon. Let's go. So from 1620 to 2025. So this is just gonna be doubled. So from 16 to 32% max HP, and then 20% to 40% damage bonus. And this is exactly why I say spending money for a weapon is not really so worth it. But what is this thing? It just nearly looks like a heart. It looked like a heart. I was like, oh, that's cute, but it wasn't actually a heart. Is that a butterfly? Damn, how is it attached to the weapon? Wow. RIP cosplayers, how are you gonna do that? Okay, now as you can see, the max HP is increased by 32%, and then the damage dealt by the yielder of this weapon is increased by 40%. All right, let's see her final HP. Well, f me. The HP is increased when the enemies are nearby. That's why I saw a little jump as I joined Spear Abyss. Okay, so we can take a look at that instead. All right, cool. All right, So we now are at 32.9k. Pile them all up. 38k. 38k. Why does it feel like it didn't really matter? Why did it feel like her weapon didn't really matter? What is this? $54k. Now this is like nearly impossible for me to see if my damage is increasing or not. There's so many numbers going on, it makes me look like I'm playing Tartaglia. Unlimited burst, it seems like. Oh my. And I like this little sound that she makes when she auto-attacks. What is this sound? I have never seen a character where I thought, okay, this is a must pull within 5 minutes of a showcase. Well, before I did the showcase, I did play around with Yelan a little bit to find out if she's suitable for Pyro DPS, and she is. And she's fully functional at C0, so for those of you guys who's thinking, hey, I have a Hydro enabler, so I don't need Yelan, consider getting Yelan because her gameplay is actually really nice. She feels very smooth, very well built character. If it works great, smoothly, and if it does a lot of Hydro hits, then most likely she'll also be a great character for other teams. What are you waiting for? If I were you, I'd go for Yelan, but at the same time, I'm not saying this because she has that little shiny bracelet and she's throwing dice. She's got that armpit action going on. She's got that big boobs. Hey, no, none of that matters. If you take a look at my showcase videos, all of them talk about performance, whether if you should be pulling for a character or not, because for those of you guys who's watching this video right now are probably watching because, well, first of all, 1, you don't know if you should be pulling for Yelan or not, and 2, you already pulled for Yelan and you want to know if she's good or not, and 3, you're just watching because you like me. Hopefully it's gonna be number 3 all the time, but hey, if you do have enough Hydro enablers, like Xingqiu is a good replacement for Yelan. For those of you guys who have more than 1 Pyro DPS, for example, I have Yoimiya, I have Diluc, and then Hu Tao. Sometimes I feel like it's kind of hard for me to come up with a team if I put in Xingqiu with Diluc. What about Hu Tao, right? If that's the case, you want to pull Yelan, you can pair Yelan up with your favorite Pyro DPS. And that is gonna be it for my showcase video and a final verdict as well, because I'm 100% sure that this character is going to satisfy your needs. Look at this bracelet. It is shiny. Look at that. Like, she's adorable. I mean, the only thing about her is that she has a... she kind of looks like Xingqiu and that armpit action. I don't know, man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Come hang out with me on twitch.tv/Tenha. We play different games. We play Genshin Impact. We're exploring other stuff as well. So guys, like this video, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.